Okay, so my vocal chain, as usual, is the Avox.
I've been waiting around for too damn long, watching you chase your tail. It's the same old story, getting boring, and this love is getting stale. You say what you want, say what you need, well, you keep looking for more. It's getting about that time where I say goodbye, kick your ass right out the door. 'Cause your lips are...
Okay, so what am I doing? I've got my lead vocal sub, I've got my Avox first. I got a little bit of a trim, I just probably... And I talk about this all the time, and this is really, really important. The way I break down, this is a mix. So when I've been mixing, I might change things. And I talk about this all the time because the reality is like I'm changing things as I go. So maybe I mixed and I thought to myself, well, I'm hitting all my plugins too hard. Like,
I've been waiting around for
here's a vocal
too damn
line.
long, watching you chase your tail.
And I might have set that up without the trim. And maybe it felt like, oh no, this is hitting... I want to change this, but I like the balance of everything going on. So I insert things sometimes earlier or later. It's quite often later, I'll end up with a lot of EQs and compressors and stuff. Rather than going back and adjusting an existing EQ, I might add another EQ over the top. Because here's my first EQ, and it's giving me...
I've been waiting around for too damn long.
Little 830 pulled out and some high-end boost. Then I've got a de-esser.
I've been waiting around for too damn long, watching you chase...
It's just catching a little bit there. Then I've got another EQ with another high-end boost. Then I'm compressing.
I've been waiting around for too damn long.
I've got the auto on the arc. I've got the standard setting that comes with it, and I like that. I think it sounds good. Then I'm doing another high-end boost.
I've been waiting around for too damn long.
And another de-esser. And then, believe it or not, the vocal rider at the end.
I've been waiting around for too damn long.
So that's my lazy way of using the vocal riders, of not having to do all the vocal automation. See, I don't do a lot of vocal automation on this. I mean, she's pretty darn consistent, as you can see. I'm printing big, fat tones the whole time. So it's not that big of a deal. Now, the vocal distortion channel, I have a de-esser going across it, an Avox, another EQ, another de-esser. So I'm sending a really super bright signal to it, and then I'm running a lo-fi afterwards.
Been waiting around for too damn long, watching you chase your tail.
There's a couple of things that are going on.
Getting stale. You say what you want, say what you need.
It's low. And then I've got my octave. It's super quiet, but I'll turn it up. Here's the vote. Yeah, you think I'm crazy. I am. So what I've done is I've gone exactly one octave below, so minus 12 semitones. I love how they do in English, semitones or European. So that's that would be minus 12 half steps. So it's one octave below exactly. I'm running a gate so that I don't pick up like breaths with octaves on it. I don't need that. And then I'm running an EQ just to get rid of the high end because I'm just trying to give this some girth.
Tail. It's the same old story, getting bored.
Terrible like that. We bring it down just below and it's really good. And then the next thing which I love
around for too damn
is the more thoda.
Watching you chase your tail. It's the same old story, getting bored, and this love is getting
so it's like the whisper track. Put that with the octave, with the distortion.
You keep looking for more. It's getting about that time where I say goodbye, kick your ass right out the door. 'Cause your lips are...
So what does that do? It gives me a lot of things to choose from. I can automate them. As you can see, I actually automated them down in a couple of spots. Here.
Love it or leave it, baby. I ain't losing sleep.
So there, when she's on her own, I didn't want to hear those effects. I just like them in the track. So when she's doing like, I ain't losing sleep, and when she does it here.
Baby, I ain't losing sleep. So you can love it or leave it.
So I'm putting it in those kind of areas there because I don't want to hear those effects when her voice is out in the open, but when it's in the track, I like the width it gives it. Okay, so next up, not a lot on this song. This is going to be it's going to be a challenging one because, you know, it's going to be easy in some ways, but you've got to find ways to make those drums sound natural. I think they sound pretty natural on the track, but, you know, saturation, distortion, etc. is what's helping. So here's a double.
You better believe it, had enough of your...
So I'm printing, and you're going to get all these elements, but I'm printing a dirty tape slap. I'm doing my doing my my famous, you know, vocal thickening trick. And then of course I've got plethora of effects. This is an echo plate. And these are both from the Lexicon, which is the PCM 90, which is great. And then I've got a tiled room, which is mainly my verse vocal. And the tiled room is, I'll show you.
Oh, you can love it or leave it, you better believe it. Had enough of your games and I don't need this. You're not the only man left in this town. Whoa, you could love it or leave it, can't in between it.
Very short delay. And it's just, it literally is, it's my main kind of verse reverb. I've got a plate here, which this time I'm not using the Avid plate, which is unusual. As you can see, I've got the lows and the highs wound off quite considerably. So if we listen to that.
Oh, you can love it or leave it, you better believe it.
It's like the Abbey Road trick where you take the top and the bottom off. I've been doing that for years. It sounds great. Okay, and then delays. I've got two dynamic delays.
You can love it or leave it, you better believe it. Had enough of your games and
One quarter note one and 1/8 note. And what I'm doing is, like, for those of you who haven't heard me do this before, I'm from the vocal, I'm sending here into a side chain. So what happens is every time she sings, the compressor compresses the delays. As soon as she stops singing, it releases and it allows the delays to come through. So you get
love it or leave it, you better believe it. Had enough of your games and
so go to the end of the phrase.
love it or leave it, the last you'll see of me.
So it cleans up the stuff. I mean, a lot about mixing is cleaning up things, like the low end, cleaning it up so there's not all that mud in there and nothing's fighting with each other. It's like cleaning all that stuff up. It's really, really important to have a great presentable mix. And a lot of the times it's like trying to do too much, trying to put too many reverbs, too many delays, EQ too much, and you know, and that's the reason why I do believe in high passing. You just have to know how to do it, because you've got low end there, and if you've got a lot of low end muddiness, you will not get the punch of the mix. So let's have a quick listen to the chorus.
Oh, you can love it or leave it, you better believe it. Had enough.